As the bros, they know the bird. They know the way of the bird.
They hear us talking, and they will take out the bird. I wonder if they do follow up with the Ari. Talia would be another one which in theory would have been good with his composition. It was what they played into T1, but obviously that's been taken away by Fearless, so not something we have to worry about.
What about Gideon Silas?
Actually a pretty good angle for it, honestly.
Could be kind of cool.
Yeah, you have some good ults to steal. You know, the Vi is a decent one just for the CC lockdown, and then obviously Alistair, you know, is phenomenal, so...
Galio, okay.
I think Galio would have been pretty good, right, to layer with the lockdown. If you have a top lane that has a good amount of damage when you go in, would have been solid. The Kennen comes in, so wanting to ensure that Zeus has fun in the top lane. Although he's normally the person who puts other people through the Kennen experience. That being said, it is Bro who have counterpicked top lane.
Yeah, and now I just want to see a Silas. I just want Gideon to do it. Don't be scared, man. Wukong going to be the consideration. We did see Silas jungle played once so far, and it was Oner. He didn't have the greatest time on the champion, but Gideon, of course, very familiar with the monkey, and so that is what he's going to be playing into the Vi. A little bit of a race to level 6 from the jungle for both of our teams, as there is a Gwen. Zeus going to take matters into his own hands.
Yeah, so I wonder, will Castling be willing to just slam Akali into this?
Oh, that'd be exciting.
Because Akali was for a while, the go-to counter into Gwen, and Akali's gained a lot of ground with the Gunblade introduction. Because once you hit like sort of level 9 on Akali, you can't actually just murder Gwen.
Can you murder Ryze? Because they could just pick Akali.
I mean, it is a Zeka pick, right?
He will play, he'll play Ari, but I mean...
You're not going to have too much fun early, but actually, it's a good denial.
He is going to do it, so there it is.
I actually think it's a really good pickup because it solves that problem. I actually think if Casting had got the Akali, it would have been a real pain point for Zeus. So.
Casting, come on, buddy. No. This is not like this. Not like this.
No,
okay. I mean, Cassante is better than Fiora, okay?
Yeah, but
I know it's not exactly, you know, the biggest praise.
I just think if Zeus is going to be comfortable in this lane and eventually going to become an absolute monster, it's a very short-range composition from Bro, and you're dealing with...
Right, and you know what's going to happen right now? We're getting onto the Rift. We're going to have some fan chants. All right, Zeka's starting things off already here, as he does find an Electrocute proc. Roma desperately trying to even out the trade. Almost gets there, as that's a pretty cool skin that Zeka's got. I wonder if he helped design it.
Maybe, but getting a good early trade, really nice, especially because you're running Doran Shield and Second Wind on Akali, so losing HP on this champion a little bit fake, because you will just sustain back up easier. You can see Roma already had to burn a health potion. Very rare you get an opportunity to actually trade up as the Akali in this matchup.
Well, Teddy, aggressive positioning here, as we can see. Delight taking a bit of damage, as you expect this Lucian Braum lane to have a bit of priority in the early game.
I know we often get like the early tempo heal in bot lane, but Teddy was full HP.
Whoa! The flash from Namgung. He's going to be able to get the stun, but it's a good headbutt back to deny any follow-up from Teddy. And, I mean, Namgung and the, very early flashes...
He wants flashes per minute, right? But they've actually lost pressure in the lane because of that. So, you know, sometimes you press your buttons, but it doesn't end up working out.
That certainly didn't. So we'll see what they can do as the wave is going to be crashing forward. Still need that level 2 to come on through. And they will be able to get it. One more minion, and there it is. Okay, so now with a couple of extra buttons available to this bottom lane, do they play aggressively, or are they going to sit back and see whether they can get all of their regular abilities put together before they go for anything?
I think level 3 is really where the Lucian Braum is in a good spot. You know, Lucian very much having all 3 abilities to get a full reset on your E is important, and also Braum, because often when you hit level 2, you kind of decide, do I want my E or do I want my W? And sometimes you'll not even skill either of them, because you're kind of waiting to see what happens. And then when you get both, you're like, okay, I can have both of them, I'm good.
Well, Casting got 2 minions underneath that turret, which was very, very sad.
Well, here's the nice thing, right? They did reduce how much gold a cannon minion is worth.
Hey, there you go.
This year, it feels a bit less bad when you miss a cannon.
I don't know. I think it'll always feel bad.
It always feels bad, but it's a little bit less bad than last year.
All right.
I'm trying to be...
What if you lose your life? Because that's looking like it might be the outcome here for casting.
Well, they added Fierce Blood Gold back.
They added Home Guard.
Well, they added Home Guard, so that feels less bad, but he had Teleport anyway. And they added Fierce Blood Gold back, so it does feel worse to die to Fierce Blood. So don't do that.
Well, Zeus, I think, is just going to go for a cheeky recall here.
Yeah, it was a very aggressive, not really a dive, but it kind of, like a little plunge, not a full dive.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was just sort of a dip your toes in, see what's going on.
Yeah.
And it was a little cold, so he got out. And you can't really blame him. It's very cold here in Korea at the moment. We're having a cold snap at this point in time. It was like -15 yesterday. It was way too cold.
Yeah.
As an Australian, I don't even understand what -15 means. That's just silly.
You think it's like Fahrenheit or something. It's not.
No. Well, I mean, isn't Fahrenheit, wouldn't that be way colder?
Yeah, but when you see like, I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, we've got two Celsius people on the desk here. It's a little bit difficult for
when
us to
I see a number that looks unfamiliar, I'm like, is that Fahrenheit? Or is it Kelvin?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my God. There's too many. Why is temperature so hard? I don't really understand. It's all right. Zeus doing it once again. Dash is out of the way of the dash from casting there. Nicely done. He misses the Q there as well. Oh, it's fancy footwork for this Gwen. Zeus just having a pretty good time. All right, snip, snip. And yeah, the Gwen having a really good time in this lane. Already ahead by a couple of waves already. As Roma doing a little bit better this time. But Zeka is very, very good at just staying ahead, even though he's on a melee champion in these mid lane matchups. And that is continuing to be the case as he's now looking for a little bit of a reset. We'll see what he is going to be purchasing, as it was actually evened out quite nicely there from Roma. And he is sticking around in the lane and will be able to go back after this wave if he would like to.
I mean, Akali is just one of those champions where if you do end up going even in the lane and you just buy your first item, which is likely going to be Gunblade, you are just going to be extremely strong.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because, you know, we've seen a top lane Akali and you get XP boosted, which is really nice. But mid lane Akali, you get the super broken boots, which is such an immediate power spike that top lane Akali doesn't have access to. So
yeah, we'll see which boots he's going to be purchasing as well. I feel like Merc Treads are pretty valuable.
I don't know, because
yeah, maybe not.
I get it, but there's not that much magic damage for the shield to be that valuable. And I know the CC prevention is good, but it's like damage, you know?
Yeah, true.
So we could see him just go to Sorks because he just wants to kill people.
See whether that is what he's going to do. As Kanavi now on the Dragon.
Yeah, they have a lot of bot control. You know, I was talking about the bot matchup being maybe difficult to navigate for Teddy and Namgoon, but, you know, Delight hasn't played super aggressive so far in the matchup, and it's really hard to just force pressure as the Lucian Braum when the Sivir has the spell shield to block the passive on here. And if you run at the Alistair, he'll just, like, you jump towards him, he just knocks you away. So Boom and Delight able just to maintain pressure here, and Zeka now with level 6 is a major threat.
Yeah. So much vision here towards his bottom side of the map as well. Pretty guaranteed Dragon put together here by HLE. And second one going to be an Ocean. Cloud. So unfortunately, no Cloud Soul, but also no Ocean Soul, which feels pretty nice. See what the Soul is actually going to look like as we get a little bit further into the game.
And casting is really struggling in this top lane matchup. You know,
yeah,
I was
Zeus
thinking,
is ahead by a lot.
Yeah, I was thinking he'd be okay. At least until the Gwen got some items and really started to put the pain on, but he is struggling.
Well, maybe it's about getting to Rookern and then feeling a little bit better when your magic resist has been put together. That could be a bit of an angle. Problem is that I feel like Gwen cuts through tanks so comfortably.
Yeah, and she will hit a point where she's just going to be a menace in the side lane. I didn't see, because he has triple tonic. I didn't see if he went for anything like... I don't think he was going cashback when he was playing other picks. I think he was going Cosmic Insight, so I don't think he has that here. But
either way, he looks like he's putting together a bunch more money than his opposition. Has the largest lead in the game right now.
A lot of money already in this matchup.
And Delight hitting level 6, so the Unbreakable Will is going to be there. Both of our AD carries looking for their Essence Reaver. Neither of them hitting it just yet, but I imagine getting fairly close. They're both isolated towards the bottom side of the map. And Teddy holding the wave, making sure that he stays as safe as possible.
I think the game continues at this rate, though. I think HLE are really fine with it.
Oh, yeah.
They got Face Dragon. They're looking at getting all 3 grubs here as well. If nothing really happens and the game just plays out, HLE will look to end the series 2-1. I think it's really hard to navigate these fights for Bro from an even playing field.
Yeah, and especially when this Gwen is just getting further and further ahead. Zeka goes into the Shroud, 5-point strike, hitting over and over again onto Roma. And at level 8, the Akali is just feeling very, very scary. Level 9, of course, getting all of those points into the queue. Just feel like you can kind of do what you want, and that is kind of looking to be the case here. But Roma is at least completely identical when it comes to farm. I think he's going to be down 1 after the minion wave is going to be taken, and as you can see there, that is indeed the case.
Yeah, that is something we said for the Rise. Like, the actualizer spike we've seen is a little bit insane.
It is kind of bonkers.
Who would have thought that a mana-based item would be good on Rise? That's just so crazy. Who
Not
would have
me.
expected?
No, I don't do much thinking, as we established in the previous game. There's a nice little combo there from casting. But I imagine Zeus not too worried about it. Happy to just stick around in this lane. Doesn't quite have his Riftmaker put together just yet, but he'll be getting pretty close.
Yeah, look how many of the triple tonics we have. If we actually look...
Triple on both sides?
Yeah, we have so many.
Triple tonic.
Wait, Delight even went the triple tonic. He wants that adaptive force.
That's crazy. All right, speaking of crazy, some needlework to come on out here as Zeus getting pretty aggressive towards casting, but not going to be killing him just yet.
Their triple tonics before that fight.
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, Gideon might have to give up his Raptors here as there are a lot of bad guys in the area. Never mind, smites it away. Going to be able to win out on that battle against Kanavi. That is a little bit of something here for the Bros. I think they're going to have to start finding ways to win skirmishes in this game. Otherwise, like you say, feels like they're just kind of circling the drain already, which is kind of crazy at a game that is, there's 700 gold in it, 10 minutes in, and it's 0-0. Still feels like the Bros are very much on the back foot.
That being said, I do feel like casting's caught up a decent amount in terms of farm.
True.
Obviously the lead that Zeus had isn't going to be feel as relevant later, but he was like 20 plus CS down, and after that wave he's only like 11, so not going as bad. Feels like him getting a bit more MR has helped out a little bit.
Yep, doing all right. As right now you can see Zeus is still winning in these trades, and Kanavi...
This does not look good for casting's health.
I would say that casting may be in a little bit of trouble. As all right, let's see whether a teleport is going to get... Never mind. That is just a very dead Cassante, and first blood goes over to Zeus.
Kanavi was there, by the way. Definitely contributed towards
Yeah, really did great work there.
He was there for moral support, I will say. But a good setup from Delight, and I love just the flash engage to make sure casting can't ult, can't really do anything to outplay. Zeus gets the kill as well, so... we saw that gold lead about 400, 500, now almost 1,000 for Zeus in the top lane. He's feeling really good about his position in this game.
Yeah, kind of massive. Now we'll see whether the Bros can actually fire back somewhere. I think some sort of cross map of any kind would feel pretty good, but the Drake is going to spawn. You can see Kanavi in position once again.
And this is a problem, you're into a Sivir, so it's really hard as a Lucian Braum to aggress onto the Sivir who can just shred waves. You throw Winter's Bite, spell shielded, and then what?
Yeah, not sure. As Kanavi going to start this one off, and I don't think that there's going to be too much of a response. We do see a teleport coming in, but it's just Namgun getting back to lane. The rest of the Bros are in the area, and they do spot this out. The Drakes are a little bit tankier than usual. As Gumayusi is going to be tagged here by the Winter's Bite. The Bros do hold on to this as Zeus comes in, finds that back line. But it is going to be casting, pulling him away. Kanavi locks down the Dragon, but can they win the fight? As the flash out from Gideon is good to keep him alive. And it's a Chemtech Soul. Oh, casting does have the Realm Warp to get out. Roma is going to deliver his top laner to safety. And no casualties, but the Drake secured for HLE, and they're pretty happy about that as Gumayusi does have that spell shield. Headbutt back onto Teddy, who does get pulverized as well. Now Delight in so much trouble, and Teddy just kills him. That is going to be an evening out of these kills. Gideon in the area, so no follow-up. And yeah, just a dead Delight.
I feel like
oh dear.
I feel like Bro
puts him in prison,
playing
takes him away.
a little bit nervous, and also just very scared of this Gwen already. but I honestly think HLE didn't really play that dragon fight that well. Some kind of flubs. They got the dragon scared, but like I'm pretty sure Kanavi ulted the Wukong clone.
Oh.
Yeah, so if we watch here, he just ults the Wukong clone.
Gets him on top of the dragon though.
Yeah, but it's still like very low value, but bro just uninterested in fighting after the dragon's gone. But it's like, you know, I feel like a lot was used by HLE to kind of minimal effect, and bro just immediately opted out of the fight, so seemed hesitant to continue it after the dragon was gone. And it's like, I understand from one perspective, hey, we don't want to lose the game here, but it's like, I don't think time necessarily favors you.
No.
So, you know, maybe that the play was to make something come from that. When, you know, a Vi's ulting the Wukong clone, maybe you should try and find something, especially like Lucian Braum, so powerful in the skirmishes. But either way, it is HLE picking up the dragon. Is a Chemtech Soul, as you said. I think there's some champions in this game we get a good amount of value. Cassante is obviously an example, Gwen an example. Yep. But not a soul we love the most.
It is definitely a bit of an Orcs stopped paying attention soul.
I was watching
I just want to say
the Wild. It's, you know.
Yeah. Distracted by Kanavi. You going to blame Kanavi for that one?
Yeah.
That's honestly fair enough.
That's the new thing at the moment. It's just blame Kanavi.
Blame Kanavi?
Yeah.
Everyone just misses Peanut. I don't even think it's necessarily for the video games. I just miss Peanut because he's a great guy.
Yeah.
It's all right. Zeus underneath this turret. You're going to try and defend, but it looks like this is going to be another plate going over to Roma. Picks that one up very nicely. Has a little bit of a gold advantage, as it's only the bottom lane from the bros that are feeling a little bit better after that kill did just come through. Teddy can be chasing after Gumayusi, but there is a Kanavi in the area, and he does like to fight.
This is one of the great things, though, about playing like a Rukin tank when you have AP solo laners on the other side. It's great into either of them. Like
It feels good regardless.
Yeah, Zeka's going up against this Rukin Cassante, and just like, what do I do? I put a full combo into him, and I just about broke the shield.
Yeah. Well, Casting going to be feeling a whole lot better than he was earlier on, and I think he probably deserves it because it was a rough time in the earlier stages of the game. Rift Herald has now spawned. 2 minutes on the Dragon, as now we've got a Realm Warp to come on in. Gideon trying to lock down Zeus here. Will be able to get another knockup. And there it is. Roma coming on down, and Zeus just wants to deal with this wave. He knows that he's very, very dead. But the assist goes over to Roma, and Gideon is going to collect himself the kill as the Rift Herald is going to be secured. Zeka possibly could get aggressive here. Does have some teammates, or at least Kanavi, on that Rift Herald.
So this is probably just going to give up this mid-tier 1. You'd assume with the Herald, it's low enough that they should just be able to charge it down. Question is, can they get mid-tier 1 without using the Herald?
Well, Kanavi is looking for an angle onto Teddy. There's cease and desist, not a clone this time, as he tanks up the turret very comfortably, and they will be able to take it here as there's a stun onto Delight, but I don't think Namgung is going to be able to get too much of anything done. They might even hold on to the Rift Herald as well.
This is exactly the sort of play you love to make, is that, you know, bro, from their point of view, they're like, okay, they're going to take the Herald, we got the kill, we get the tower, we're okay with that trade. HLE then go aggressive and say, we don't need the Herald to get this tower, and now they're trading massively up because it's a 1-for-1 in terms of kills. It's tower for tower, but I think HLE a lot happier picking up that mid-tier 1 with his position on the map. And you still have the Herald in pocket, so you feel really good about this exchange. You know, Teddy dashing forwards here, using the culling to try and clear the wave, but Kanavi just slips around and gets this great ult angle. And then the problem is, because you're making that play on the bot side, you don't have any backup to kind of help with the situation.
Yeah.
So.
And it's also, it's a Ryze who just used his Realm Warp in the bottom lane and doesn't have teleport because everyone takes Ghost these days. So not quite able to get there to add any sort of defense from the mid laner. But this time around, Roma is the only one with a gold advantage, which is a little bit of a change of pace here for the bros. Teddy hitting level 11, that culling is going to be feeling a little bit more scary as both of our AD carries here in this game have item parity with one another.
Zeka does have the upgraded Sorks, and with the Gunblade completed, he is scary.
Yeah.
That active is going to do a lot of damage, so a little bit concerned if he jumps onto Teddy. Obviously, Roma has the upgraded Merc Tread, so he's not as worried, with Ryze being a fair bit bulkier too.
Feeling a little bit better about that one, but there are 5 plates still up in the mid lane here for HLE. Map control, certainly for them at the moment, as Roma will slink into the fog of war. Has a monkey here. towards the south as this Drake is going to get started. That's the sole point. I think the bros probably want to fight for this one. Spell Shield now on cooldown. Maybe an opportunity here as the bros do move in. There is the engage onto Namgung, but they do have Teddy with the culling. Delight taking a lot of damage as Roma shows up. Teleport him from casting as well. All of the bros now in position. Namgung flashing away here as Kanavi does go into the Rift Herald, and that's a triple knockup from Delight. Flash out from Teddy, but I just don't think he's going to survive. You said this Akali was dangerous, and my God, were you correct? As Zeka picks up a triple. Zeus looks for an angle as well as casting flashes away, and I just don't know whether it's going to be enough to keep him alive. Kanavi turns up as well, and of course, he's going underneath this turret. Zeus going to be helping him take down the Cassante as that's the ace, and it's clean for HLE.
And you know, we're so used to Herald just being thrown down for a turret, and HLE save it, and Kanavi just drives the team to victory here. This combo with Delight was flawless. Herald gets thrown down here. You see Kanavi charges in, the flash comes out, then he goes back to the Herald. Delight gets his 3-man knockup. Herald comes through and gets 1, 2,
God.
3,
Everyone!
4. Everyone but Casting got knocked up by that, and that was because he was just too far away to do anything.
All right, let's check it out one more time. As Kanavi puts it down and just uses it to go. Oh my God.
It's so good. And you know what? This is with this pro view, we've now seen this play 3 times. I can tell you, we're going to see this a fourth time in the Mad movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
That was so clean from HLE and Kanavi in particular.
And then able to finish off the ace here at the same time. And now the game becomes, I mean, it was already very difficult for the bros, and it is now next to impossible.
It's just crazy. This is the same team, the same 5 players who lost the previous game.
Yeah. It's funny how it kind of goes that way.
Yeah.
That's why best of 3s are important, Ox.
Yeah.
Because sometimes one game does not tell the whole story. As Roma at least does have his Seraphs now complete, so the first 2 items are now done. He can build towards the fun one now. Don't know whether it's going to be enough.
That is a steep gold graph.
Yeah, that's a drop-off. I'm going to call that a drop-off. And the worst part is, it just doesn't get better from here for the bros, right? It's not like, oh, we'll scale. No, that you don't, though. Yeah.
The thing is, as well, is that, you know, your 2 major carries in the Rise and the Lucian are short-ranged, and you have this kind of demonic Gwen and Akali you're going to target them. They're just doing the Baron.
Yeah, they are. They're just
care.
on it. And they are going to get vision. This Baron takes a while to go down. As, yep, they're looking to try and turn. Zeka makes his way in, Shadow Flame in hand, as now Roma is in a lot of trouble. He gets into the mist. I don't know about this one, though, as now Zeka possibly in an awkward spot. Casting gets himself out of there nicely, as HLE kind of routed in that choke point. They will just back away. So the bros playing it defensively, playing it all right, but in the end, not a whole lot to be gained.
But also respect to HLE for not just throwing the game away. You know?
True.
Maybe thinking back to the fact that they are 0-2, you know? I mean, if you just kind of, if you're, you know, you talked about this earlier, if you watched game 1 of their series against T1, and then you fell asleep and you woke up now and just saw the start of this game, you'd be like, wow, they're playing so well. There's been a lot in between, a lot that has made them maybe doubt their own ability to close out games, and I think showing some restraint right now is absolutely what we need from HLE.
Absolutely.
They don't need to rush this one.
Well, we'll just see, because they are moving back towards the Baron, which is ominous. I'm going to connect the Winter's Bite, as Teddy really just hasn't been able to do anything this game on this Lucian.
If you don't make anything from the Baron, you have Dragon in 2 minutes. It is Soul. Oh.
Okay, looking for the angle here as they pull Zeus in. He goes into the mist, but I mean, you mentioned short-range carries. That is precisely what's here waiting for him, but he's doing a lot of work. Seraph Shield going to be able to save Roma for the moment, but it's Casting that gets the kill, his first of the game.
Yeah, a lot of damage done in return, but it's very hard in that 1v2 against 2 bulky targets to cut through them quick enough, especially as that Rise has the magic shield on those upgraded Merc Treads. So yeah, true. I think with that happening, HLE aren't going to be able to make anything for the Baron. It's already a long shot with how tanky it is, and they will just have to set their sights on the Soul. There's a nice trap here from Casting. CC comes in, and again, Casting's just a bit too tanky, but the damage on Aroma as well, he's also quite bulky. And the Sarah Shield also hard to cut through.
Yeah, this is the thing. He's got the Merc Treads as well as the Seraph Shield. I mean, even if you get him low, he's pretty healthy.
Yeah, so now looking towards this dragon in a minute. I think Soul, especially for things like the Gwen and the Akali, just really would make it very difficult. I mean, they're already at such a disadvantage. I think Bro are going to have to try and find an angle in this fight. And ultimately, I think it's someone from HLE overstepping and then just kind of blowing them up. If you catch like the right CC angle, if casting drags someone away, if Roma gets a good route, that's what we're looking at. It's kind of hard to engage in return, because you dive in, Zeus and Zeka will just get on your backline in return.
Well, now we've got an engage as Delight down to 50%. There is Kanavi going in. He looks for Gideon, but the Cyclone is going to be there, and Kanavi's just dead. Casting has found Zeka as well, taking him out of the fight. Is now Zeus just taking matters into his own hands. The needlework is deadly, and Roma is just taken down. HLE answer quite nicely, but it's a 1-for-1 for the moment. They're trying to turn this into a siege now, but Casting in that front line, making things happen. Gideon looking a little bit low, now just on his Gromp, now looking for a reset. As HLE, they do manage to find the good angle, and Bro at least do manage to kill Kanavi.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Kanavi dives in, ends up getting turned around on by Bro, but Zeus just hit that point on Gwen, where he's just a raid boss. And now HLE just going to be able to pick up the dragon uncontested.
Wow.
Taking down the opposing team's mid laner.
It's just a freebie. Bro just without any vision whatsoever. So that is going to be free Chemtech Soul. Megacone just taken off the map there by Zeus just to make sure. So let's have a look at this fight one more time.
Yeah, so the engage comes on to Gideon. Ult to follow him, and he's just kind of stuck in the mixer. I assume actually he does get his W down on the back end. I think it might have been on cooldown earlier, but then Roma just gets absolutely massacred. Zeus does so much damage here.
Minced him.
Yeah. Zeus is very scary at this point.
Yep, that was pretty obscene amounts of damage from the Gwen. And so the Bros now have to contend with a Gwen that has a Chemtech Soul, as well as this Akali. Wasn't quite able to get much done there as Casting did hold him at bay. And Teddy needed to detour the build, right? He's got a more of Malmortius now complete. But Gumayusi, he's built the armor penetration. He has the Lord Doms.
Oh man, it feels so bad when you have to do this with your build, because it delays your pen, it delays your IE, right? You look at Gumayusi's build, he's actually nearly got his Infinity Edge.
It's a very scary moment. And it's perfect for like damage. Like that's exactly what you want to be doing as the Sivir.
Also, I mean, Teddy finished his plated steel caps, and I mean, I guess I understand like the Sivir's doing a good amount of damage, but also, you know, Guma's just going bootless. He's got the boots.
Yeah, he's got the brown bags.
But he's like, you know, I'm doing enough.
Yeah, he's got this fancy quest backpack, and he just puts like the brown bags in it.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? You don't get any cash back from finishing your boots. That's the logic.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, being financially efficient here. You also have Roma. He's got Oblivion Orb, right? So the Actualizer is not actualizing into his inventory.
No, and it's looking like an Oblivious Orb for now. Never mind. They do scope out that this Baron is going down. Kanavi the only one there, so I don't think they're going to stay on it, as never mind. Zeus just dashes back in. Wait a second. Bros, you have to make sure that they're not still on it. You don't want to be backing now, Roma. Okay.
It is gone.
It is just gone. Yeah, Gideon not going to be able to get here in time, and that is just a free Baron for HLE. Yeah, Bro's caught napping here just a little bit. Okay, do you know what it is for the Bros?
What?
I've figured it out.
Yeah.
We are just flipping Elder.
Yeah, that's an angle. That's certainly something you can do.
That's what they're going to go for.
3.5 minutes.
I don't know whether it's a good idea, because they're now down 7,000 gold, and they're going to lose a whole bunch of their base.
It might be the only idea at this point of the game. I want to notice that Zeus now has a Void Staff as well, so all that MR everyone's building, not going to feel as good.
I mean, at least there are 2 MR items on Casting, with the Spirit Visage now completed as well.
Well, then the Void Staff is getting a lot of value.
More, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, percentage is pretty good.
Yeah, feels not as great. Probably could have gone for a Warmogs. Okay, Zeus is going to kill Roma. But what can they actually get out of it? Let's see whether he can get the Realm Warp off. He should be able to. Not a lot of CC there for the Gwen. So there he goes.
He's out, but the rest of the team are not out of the base. They are kind of just trapped here. And Guma just shreds the wave and keeps pushing the minions in. So hard to find an engage angle unless like Gideon's flashing in. And again, all summoners apart from Zeus is flash available, and Zeus is not an easy target to get onto. Kanavi just picked up GA, which I think is an item he should honestly spawn in with based on how he plays.
Yes. We're going to call that the Kanavi item.
Yeah, absolutely. IE now for Guma. Zekka's going to have his Void Staff soon. It's looking a little bit rough.
It's not looking very bro-sided. However, the bros thrive in adversity. And this is a lot of adversity.
They really do.
That they're dealing with right now. So maybe this is going to be prime bro that we're going to see, as Zeus is immune. There's a flash pulverize that comes on through here as the flash out from Romer. He does have the shield burst. Don't know whether it's going to be enough. Cease and desist comes in. They're underneath inhibitor turrets, but it just doesn't seem to matter here for HLE as casting gets cut down. And there is some funny business with this monkey, but Gumayusi is underneath Nexus turrets and doesn't seem to care too much. Flash forward from Kanavi,
yes,
and he may just die. Yeah, he is going to be
That's why he has the GA.
They are still going to win the game, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't really matter here that Kanavi is doing some funny business, as the Nexus turrets will go down, and HLE, Pro made him work for it, but they are going to win this one in the end and pick up their first match